This is a story, like that of so many millions of Cubans who were exiled and others left with no choice but to flee the country to an exile that to this day continues that endless exodus of generations and generations of Cubans, caused by the most ferocious dictatorship of the recent times, the Castro communist narco-dictatorship. In the decade of the 1950s, Cuba had become a self-sufficient country with an economy far greater than that of many European and Latin American countries. With a not-so-perfect democracy, but with a country that worked and grew by leaps and bounds economically. In 1952, a former president, General Fulgencio Batista, staged a coup against President Carlos Prío Socarrás and completely broke the democratic and constitutional thread of the republic from Cuba. From that event, a great malaise began in the majority of Cubans, and a powerful clandestine revolutionary movement emerged throughout the island to overthrow the dictatorship of General Batista. The fight against the dictatorship of Batista ends on January 1st, 1959, when General Batista leaves the island the night before on December 31st, 1958. That day of January 1st, 1959 is called the Triumph of the Cuban Revolution, led by a young man named Fidel Castro, who fought for a fair social system, freedom, and continuation of the Republican constitutional line that General Batista had broken in 1952. But the real story begins now. On October 20th, 1955, in the Sanatorium of the Spanish colony of Camagüey, Rebeca Maria Diaz Arias was born. She is the daughter of Isabel Arias and Jose Pepín Diaz. The whole family was very excited about the birth of that beautiful girl. Rebeca's childhood takes place in a very familiar environment with lots of love and prosperity. Rebeca begins her studies at the nuns' school Colegio Lestonac de Florida. Two years after the so-called triumph of the revolution in 1961, the communists violently expropriate and close the Lestonac school at gunpoint, and all the nuns are expelled from the school and humiliated by the communists in the streets of the town of Florida. After the closure of the Lestonac school, Rebeca, at the age of 7, is transferred and enrolled in the Pepito Tey school, a school implanted by the communists. From here, she begins the communist indoctrination in the Cuban school system manipulated by the dictator Fidel Castro. By the year 1960, the dictator Fidel Castro began to impose his laws of nationalization and expropriation of industries and private property. Rebeca's family had all their assets expropriated and confiscated, both the businesses of her grandparents and those of her father were expropriated from them, and overnight, the family is left with nothing. Rebeca suffers a lot when her maternal grandfather cannot bear her sadness and at the same time his indignation. Seeing himself without any heritage, of which he had worked and fought all of his life, and that the communists expropriated everything from him overnight, that was the end of his life, and he dies suddenly of a cerebral infarction. Disaffected to communism and the dictatorial system that was being imposed in Cuba, in 1964 her father, Jose Pepin Diaz, was arrested, violently beaten at gunpoint inside his home. He was humiliated in front of the eyes of his small daughter Rebeca and his wife, taken to prison, and sentenced to death by a firing squad by the murderous dictatorship of Fidel Castro. Thanks to some friends, they help him escape from prison, and clandestinely, Pepin flees from Cuba to Mexico and then crosses the border to the United States through the Rio Bravo, where he later settles in Miami. In 1965, thanks to Los Vuelos de la Libertad, Rebeca, 10 years old, her sister Guadalupe, 6 years old, and her mother left Cuba for Puerto Rico, and there began their life in exile. Now that the family is in Puerto Rico, Pepin, Rebeca's father, travels from Miami to Puerto Rico to reunite with his family and start a new life by settling in a house in the Atorrey neighborhood in San Juan. In Puerto Rico, she studied at the private Catholic school Espiritu Santo. At the beginning of the 1970s, Rebeca began her studies at the University of Puerto Rico with honors, and in 1975 she obtained the long-awaited degree of Bachelor's of Education. The beginning of her teaching career began at the Arianes School in Puerto Rico. In 1976, at the age of 21, Rebeca marries Armando Sosa, a young man from Matanzas, from the city of Cárdenas. A year later, on July 3, 1977, their first child, Armando Mandy Sosa Jr., was born. After the birth of her son Mandy, they decide to move permanently to the United States. Between 1978 and 1979, they settled in the city of Miami, specifically in West Miami, Southwest 63rd Avenue and 15th Street, in the house owned by Rebeca's parents who already lived in Miami. Her husband Armando had started working in the construction industry in Puerto Rico, and the city of Miami was an ideal place for his growth. In 1979, Rebeca manages to validate her bachelor's degree and begins her career as an educator in the United States at Loyola School. Years later, she began teaching in public schools, Coconut Grove Elementary, Kendall Elementary, which included adult education programs. On September 20th, 1983, her daughter Veronica Sosa was born. As a result of the values and education instilled at home today, her children are very good people. Her son Mandy followed in his mother's footsteps, and today he is a teacher by profession as well as that of his wife. And her daughter Veronica is a nurse just like her husband. Her grandchildren are her new great loves. The first, already 17 years old, Alexander Sosa, Mandy's son, and a granddaughter who is 4 years old, Veronica's daughter, named Juliana Bacallao. Unfortunately, in 2017, her husband and lifelong partner, Armando Sosa, passed away, causing her a severe blow, as was the death of her mother, Isabel, in 2019. In 1990, she won the election as a commissioner for the city of West Miami. And in 1994, due to her great work as a commissioner, she won the election for mayor. When Rebeca Sosa takes office as mayor, she detects major economic problems in the city with a budget deficit of 52%. The city of West Miami was literally bankrupt. It was a very difficult time, thanks to Rebeca Sosa's efforts, and with the support of Yolanda Aguilar, the current city manager. Florida Governor Lawton Chiles gave the city a 2-year financial opportunity in order to return financial stability. Thanks to the hard work and correct decision-making, 1 year and 3 months later, the city of West Miami already possessed positive fiscal stability and was able to get ahead financially. Another of Mayor Sosa's great challenges was the insurmountable flooding of the city. The sewage system was not efficient enough to detain all the rainwater, resulting in flooding above 6 feet in many streets. This ultimately meant great disaster and material losses to the residents of the city. Thanks to her tireless efforts, Mayor Sosa managed to convince Florida Governor Jeb Bush to visit the city and personally see the disaster caused by the floods. That same day, Governor Jeb Bush, dismayed by the situation, gave her the financial support of $10.6 million to repair and build a new, more efficient drainage system. Thanks to this support from Governor Bush and the foresight of Mayor Sosa, the city of West Miami never flooded again. In 2001, Rebeca Sosa was elected as the District 6 Commissioner of Miami-Dade County. During these 21 years on the Miami-Dade County Commission, Commissioner Sosa has held important positions as chairwoman of the commission, in addition to working tirelessly to obtain large budgets based on important social programs and infrastructure that have improved the quality of life of the entire community. Among her great achievements are the construction of buildings for the elderly, such as Villa Alegria in the city of Hialeah, with a wonderful community center. In Miami Springs, she contributed to the Recreation and Sports Center, in addition to contributing to the community center and soup kitchens for the elderly. She also contributed to the research and allocation of $1 million for the reconstruction of the Curtis Mansion, also in Miami Springs. In the city of Miami, Rebeca Sosa contributed to the construction of 3 community centers for both youth and the elderly. One of those centers, El San Lucas Center, is a community center for children and youth with Down syndrome. In West Miami, she also contributed to the creation of the community center and countless social projects throughout her district, such as recreation parks, public restrooms, sidewalks, construction and repair of streets and public highways. Commissioner Sosa also contributed to the creation and construction of all cruise terminals in the Port of Miami. Another very important contribution of Commissioner Sosa had been the implementation of a greater number of police in the unincorporated part of Miami-Dade County in order to maintain greater public safety presence in the area. Her last 2 contributions were a dream of hers, which favored her district. Before the end of her term as commissioner, she brought forward the construction of a daycare center for children and youth with autism who can no longer study or work, which was approved by the commission. Secondly, the opening of a branch of Jackson Hospital on Southwest 8th Street and 38th Avenue, in which the commission managed to raise all funds for its creation. Commissioner Sosa, the entire Miami-Dade community thanks you for the work, effort, and sacrifice that you have done for us. The love and affection you have given us during these 32 years as a public servant. On behalf of all Miamians, we say thank you.
On behalf of the residents of the city of West Miami, I'd like to thank Commissioner Sosa for her years of dedication to our city and our county. Thank you for 32 years of service to our city. That included serving with my dad when I was born. Thank you, Commissioner.
Hi, Rebeca. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the work, all the service that you have given us here in the city of West Miami. The city of West Miami today is a better place to live because of all that you've done. Our quality of life, our services are second to none. And you had a lot to do with it. So again, I and all the residents of the city of West Miami, thank you. And I'll be seeing you around. I'll be stopping by for coffee, okay?
Commissioner Sosa, I want to wish you a good luck in your future. You really deserve it. You did an awesome job in our city and the county. Best of luck.
Good evening, everyone. This is Commissioner Chavez. Growing up in West Miami, the name Rebeca Sosa has been a household name for as long as I can remember. With over 3 decades of dedicated service to the residents, her legacy will surely speak for itself. Commissioner Sosa, on behalf of myself, my family, and all the residents of our amazing city of West Miami, thank you for passing the baton, thank you for leading the way, and congrats on an outstanding career.
Hello, good evening. Commissioner Sosa, this is the day that we come to express our feeling about you, how good you have been with the city and the residents. We moved to West Miami in 1991, about almost a year before the historical Hurricane Andrew. Since those days, I and my family admire you 24 hours a day, seeing you doing the great job you did in that time and after that. You always was trying to help the city. You get the money to balance the budget. You did many, many things that many, many residents doesn't know. This is a short comment, but really all of us in West Miami admire and love you and your family. I appreciate very much that all our friends are here and everybody is expressing the best. And you are our mayor emeritus, don't forget that. So Rebecca, everybody here love you. Have a nice evening and I wish you the best luck in the world. God help you.
Hi, Mom. Excuse my voice if it goes away for a little bit, but you've been many different roles to many different people, but to me, you've been the best one of all, which is that of a mom. I cannot express, words will never be enough to tell you how amazing you've been throughout the years. I have grown to see you in this amazing role, to see you help so many people. It has truly been so rewarding to watch you. To this day, I watch you on the dais and my eyes water. I have enjoyed watching you and watching people love you. It makes me feel extremely overjoyed. I love you so much, and I can only pray and hope to be half the mom that you have been.
I love you, Reb.
Hi, Rebequita. You know you're my favorite suegra in the world. Love you.
We love you.
Mom, you've been helping this community for over 25 years. You've accomplished so many things and helped so many people that words cannot describe how proud we are of you. You have left behind a legacy for your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren to one day look back and be in awe of all the amazing things you've accomplished. I am very happy that it is finally time for you to sit back and relax.
My suegra, I've known you since I was 14 and I am a witness to your amazing job you have done with the community. Rest assured, you have touched many lives for the better. Now it's your turn to enjoy retirement.
Abuelita Rebeca, I've been attending all your events since I was a baby, and you've left many accomplishments for all to admire, but the best thing is, I'm able to call you my grandmother. We
love you!
So we're all getting together. With balloons, with numbers, with thank yous. Because you have been so special to all of us. You're one of us.
We love you! You want to get to Rebeca? That's our on the fire truck.
Thank you.
Commissioner Sosa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give me an S. Give me an O. Give me an S. Give me an A. What does it stand? Sosa. What does it stand? Sosa. What does it stand? Sosa.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you, Miss Sosa.
Gracias, Rebeca Sosa, por todo lo que tú haces. Eres un amor. Que Dios te bendiga.
Gracias, mi hermana, mi caballa. Te queremos mucho. Besos. ¿Besos para Rebeca, mima?
Como no, todo lo que ella quiera.
Bye.
Commissioner Rebeca Sosa, thank you for your 32 years of service. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be getting that Ludlam Trail.
Le estamos dando las gracias a la comisionada Rebeca Sosa por todo el apoyo que nos ha dado durante su estancia como comisionada. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Rebeca Sosa, por acordarte siempre de los pequeños negocios.
Thank you, Commissioner Sosa, for all your support over all these years. Thanks.
Gracias, Rebeca Sosa, por apoyarnos en todo. Bendiciones. Gracias por Brian Restaurant y tu apoyo. Gracias.
Commissioner Sosa, thank you so much for all you have done for our community and our healthcare system. Over your 20 years of service in this town, you have done so much for us here at Nicholas Children. From your support of the Advanced Care Pavilion, to your efforts during the pandemic, to the work in helping us develop our new surgical tower, you have been a true champion for children in this community. On behalf of Mr. Matt Love, our CEO, myself, and all of us here at Nicholas Children's Health System, thank you for all you've done and enjoy your retirement.
Rebeca, te vas y te vamos a echar de menos. Tú has sido nuestra madrina, siempre has estado pendiente, has dado un ejemplo en un campo difícil. Te felicitamos, mucho cariño y suerte.
I will never forget the days and long hours you have given to our community. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Gracias.
Gracias, Rebeca.
Hey, how's the new TV, guys?
It's great. Thanks, Commissioner Sosa.
Hey, Axel, you making cafecito?
Sure am. Thanks for all the cafecitos, Commissioner Sosa.
Hey, Emilio, you making lunch there on the new grill?
I sure am. Thanks, Commissioner Sosa.
Hey, Frankie, how you liking that new treadmill?
Love it. Thank you, Commissioner Sosa.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
I got a pulse. Thanks, Commissioner Sosa. Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything, Miss Sosa. We really appreciate all your support and help throughout the years.
Commissioner Sosa, on behalf of Bustelo Landscaping, thank you so much for your support with the Mom and Pop grant. We truly appreciate you.
Commissioner Sosa, thank you for a lifetime of service, dedication, education, and leadership to our community.
We, the Chiefs of Staff, better known as Chiefs of Sosa, so you all know how we roll, are honored to have served with you for the betterment of our community. We have learned so much and are very appreciative of our time that we worked with you on behalf of the residents and visitors to Miami-Dade County.
We will never forget the countless hours, meetings, legislative agendas, events, hurricanes, trips to Tallahassee, D.C., and trade missions together.
Did I mention constituent service? You knew when she asked for lipstick, it was time to defend the residents of Miami-Dade. We called this
Salsa con Sosa time.
You have been a true champion for the little person, children, and elder issues. Did I mention she is known as Mother Hen, the peacemaker of the Florida legislature, and La Madrina to those that know you best?
Thank you for the opportunity you gave us that allowed for lifelong memories, the many staff we had the privilege to work with, and the Miami-Dade County family we gained.
You leave a lifetime of good in our community, a legacy that will continue to burn, and big shoes for your successor to fill.
May you have a lifetime of happiness, good health, filled with family, friends, and continued service as you move forward to the next chapter of your life.
As my son Stephen calls you, you will always be our conditioner. For District 6, our Iron Lady.
We love you.
Job well done.
Hi, Commissioner. Thank you for an incredible 10 years. I've learned so much from you. I'm so grateful to you for everything you've done for me and for my family. I just wanted to say thank you, and I will greatly miss working for you. And but nevertheless, I'm really glad that I can call you my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Commish. Thank you for bringing me to be part of your staff and your District 6 family. I really enjoyed all my years here working with you and this incredible staff. I'm going to miss you dearly, but we'll take many great memories with me, and I appreciate everything you've done for me. Thank you. Take care.
Hi, Commish. I just want to say thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you for the past 9 years. I will miss you dearly, but I will always remember all the nice things about you and everything we've done together.
And for me, it's only been 1 year, but thank you very much. It's been an honor to work for you, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you, Commish. We've been kind of dreading this moment for a long time, but now that it's finally here, we just want to make sure that you know how much we love and appreciate you. We came in as staff, we're leaving as family. You're a part of our family and will always be. And we want to thank you for everything you've done, for us on our behalf, for our families, and everything that you've done for the community, and allowing us to be part of that legacy and that part of that outreach to the community. And we just, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. And as a final token gesture, we want to leave you with what we have all of us ingrained in our minds, the following phrase. Ready, guys?
Ready.
We're
ready! That's all, folks. Peace out. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love you.
Love you.